So I want to thank everybody for coming. And this is a meet and greet, and it's a chance for you to listen to me for a little bit, and then for you to ask questions after I'm done giving my little spiel, and then hopefully I can answer your questions, or at least listen to what your concerns are about Mason District, so that when I'm on the board, I can actually address those concerns. I got into this race for two reasons. The first reason is because Brooke and I, with our two kids, we live next to the JCC, the Jewish Community Center, which is right next to where our synagogue is, Olam Tikva. We moved there to be closer to the Jewish community, which has a big presence in Mason District. When the JCC was attacked with swastikas and anti-Semitic graffiti, that hit close to home. And it's something that Mason District is a majority-minority district. And so if folks can't be safe here, wherever they come from, we want America to be a place where everybody can feel safe, to practice their religion, exercise their First Amendment rights in peace and tranquility. Mason District needs to be a place like that. The second thing that made me want to get into this race was Fairfax County, taxes go up every year, the county spends more money every year, and in my job, I'm a chief risk officer for a mutual life insurance company. So my job is to think about what we're doing today, how we're investing for tomorrow, and what the impacts are for the next 30, 40, or 50 years. Long-term thinking, long-term strategic planning. And as I was doing that job, I noticed a blurb about Westchester County, New York. Westchester County, New York is one of the richest counties in the United States, just like Fairfax County. Westchester County, the spending was out of control, just like Fairfax County. Westchester County, the taxes were going up and up every year, and people were leaving because they couldn't afford to live in Westchester County anymore. They were leaving. What happened? The ratings agencies lowered the credit rating on their bonds. We are very close to that here in Fairfax County. If we don't get our financial situation under control, then we could have real problems. Those are the two reasons that I got into the race. Once I've been in the race, and I started listening to people, all kinds of other issues came up that I had no idea were issues to a lot of folks. But it made me more confident for why I need to be in this race. Because in my career, I've been somebody who sees a problem, gets creative about a solution, and doesn't stop until the job is done, until we've actually fixed something that's wrong. For 24 years in Mason District, we've been passed over because we have a supervisor who doesn't have the ability or the skill set to get things done. 24 years ago versus today, Fairfax County now has 1.3 million people in it, with a $4.5 billion annual operating budget and $5 billion in unfunded pension liabilities. That's not a job for a career politician. That's a job for somebody who has a specific skill set, who has an expertise in finance, and who also is a creative problem solver, knows how to work with all kinds of people across the organization to actually get something done. What are the things I want to get done? Things that I want to get done are things that you and other people like you have already told me about. The first part is we need to revitalize Annandale, Bailey's Crossroads, and Seven Corners. We have 4 federal opportunity zones in Mason District. So you don't have to take my word for it that we've been passed over. The federal government has said this place needs extra tax incentives and extra help to get things moving again. that speaks to the malaise that we've got here in Mason District. What does that mean, revitalization? It means those downtown areas where we have huge vacancy, where we have big box stores that are completely empty, where we have office buildings that are half empty, where we have vacant land that isn't doing anything, that isn't serving any purpose. Those areas all need to be developed. And they're already zoned to be developed. But something is wrong. It's not happening for some reason. And I think the reason is leadership. You don't have a supervisor who won't stop until something positive for the community occurs. And I plan to be a tenacious, dedicated supervisor who will get things done for this community. The second thing in my platform is safety and security. And I thought about safety and security from the start, about what I was talking about feet on the street, community policing, to make sure that people understood that the police were there to protect and serve. And we have great police officers here in Fairfax County. The part that I didn't get was that we have real security issues with our environment here in Mason District. And I'm not talking about global warming. I'm talking about stream maintenance that hasn't been dealt with for decades. And you can see it when we have these storms. These storms should not be having streams overflow the banks of them and destroy houses like there were houses destroyed in Sleepy Hollow. It's because we haven't been paying attention to it. We've been taking funds from stream maintenance and putting it into other priorities that aren't as important as the safety of our citizens. Those priorities need to be reset. And as your supervisor, that's something that I will work very hard on. The last part of my platform is fiscal responsibility. Getting our budget in order. If we're going to set priorities and reset priorities, I want to make sure before I take a single vote to raise your taxes, and believe me, that's the last thing I want to do. I will work hard as I possibly can to make sure that we don't raise taxes again here in Fairfax County until we've exhausted all other options. My opponent is for the meals tax, and she'll bring it up again. My opponent loves to raise your taxes. She's done it for 24 years nonstop. And when taxes aren't enough, she's all for nickel and diming you with other fees and fines and all kinds of other stuff. And I've had enough of that. And I think people in Mason District have had enough of that too. We can operate this county efficiently and get services to people who need them without raising your taxes. How do I know that that's possible? Because we did it when Tom Davis was chairman of the board. So it's not like we've not been able to do this. It's that the Board of Supervisors has not had the wherewithal or people with the right expertise to actually get it done. That's who I am, somebody who's a creative problem solver, somebody who gets things done, somebody who has taken what the people of Mason District told me is important to them and incorporated that into my platform. My platform, those three planks exist because what people like you have told me.